North American Warhorse Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships, is on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome inside Veterans Memorial Stadium. We are in the Electric City in Lackawanna County. Tonight, it's a Friday Night Rivals Top 10 showdown and a Lackawanna Football Conference Division I matchup as number 2 Scranton Prep battles number 6 and undefeated Scranton. A pleasant good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide, joined tonight by Jan Cichak, former Tunkhannock area coach. And can you believe we're halfway through this high school football season?
It's crazy how fast this season's gone. Tonight's game, we have a real challenge for the Knights of Scranton. Their first real competitive game that they're going to go against the Cavaliers. This is going to be a great test for the Knights.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the Cavaliers first. They come in 3-1. They've only lost to a team, Canisius from Buffalo, New York. They're 2-0 in the division. They like to run the ball. Lewis Parrish, quarterback, will run. Trayvon Dickey, wide receiver, will run. And our figure spotlight player, Will McPartland, will run as well.
The junior, 6 foot, 195 pounds. He's rushed for over 500 yards, 7 touchdowns. He's got 7 receptions, 71 yards receiving. And when talking to the offensive coordinator, Coach Pasqualiccio, I said, give me one word to describe him. And he said, bruiser. The kid loves to run, and on defense, especially when he's running downhill, watch out.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the Scranton Knights, undefeated, as we said, coming in. They like to throw the ball a lot. They have a brand new quarterback in Brody Coyle, a junior, is playing really well. But when they run the ball, they have 2 guys, including our other figure law spotlight player, Memphis Shadow.
Memphis Shadow, over 300 yards. He only has 1 touchdown this year. In his career, he's got 6. And he's a converted wide receiver to running back. He also plays defensive back. And talking to Coach Schumber, saying, Coach, how would you describe him? He said, fearless. He'll run through a wall for you. He's not afraid of anyone or anything.
Let's check out our Penn College keys to the game. First for the Cavaliers of Scranton Prep.
Well, Coach always wants to win that line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and he wants to really take care of the passing game of Scranton. Now, for Scranton, Coach wants to try to really eliminate the big plays from Scranton Prep, which they really have done a tremendous job this year with. And then he also wants to try to limit the turnovers.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the weather. Beautiful. It's been beautiful all season long. Let's check in now with Mike Susko from the Fox 56 News, first at 10.
Good evening, Bob and everybody. Well, tonight for Friday Night Football, weather-wise, we're going to be okay to start things off, and even towards halftime. Those clouds, however, do increase a little bit throughout the game. We'll be around 75 at kickoff, dropping to 72 at halftime. And by the end of the game, at least south of I-80, a couple isolated showers will try to develop. That's going to be around 9, 10, 11 o'clock tonight here, and temperatures do drop back into the 60s. In Scranton itself, I think we're going to be okay. We'll be far enough north, but if you are heading south tonight, just know a few isolated showers late are expected. For your Saturday, we'll drop off.
of the season, coming in undefeated for the third straight season. Crowd still filing in here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Scranton won the toss. They want to receive. Unlike a year ago, Jan, when we here, Prep took the opening kickoff all the way down the field, and that kind of set the tone for the Knights. I think they want to set the tone for themselves.
They do. Last year we saw that it really put them on their heels to start the game, and they were digging themselves out. Now they were going to try to do that to Scranton Prep. And, Bob, I was saying to you earlier, I remember coaching when I was at Tunkhannock. We came here on a Saturday afternoon, and Scranton Prep was a little sleepy. We came down and scored on them, and that stirred up the hornet's nest.
So we'll see what happens. The Knights in the dark uniforms with the red lettering. Scranton Prep in the white uniforms and the yellow helmets. Tyler Bianchi, a sophomore, does the kicking this year. The left-footed kicker has it all teed up, and we are set to receive by Memphis Shadow. Also back there is Reese Whitman. And I believe Haven Sims. So it's a squib kick, touched by Scranton and recovered by Prep. Oh no, just like last year, disaster on the opening kick for the Knights of Scranton, just like that.
Not what you want to start out doing a game if you're Scranton Knights right now. Again, they went with the squib kick. I understand what they were trying to do, and he just miscued the ball. And just like that, the Cavaliers have great field position to start this game.
Looked like number 33 recovered it. Caleb Rakowski, and that brings in Lewis Pears. We'll check out his numbers again. So the Knights line up. The Cavaliers right to Will McPartlin. He's got a big hole up the middle, and he's up for about 8 yards. Lewis Pears is the senior quarterback. Run and pass. That's his passing numbers on the year. Also, he's run for 340 yards, coach, and 3 TDs.
And again, they're not known as a real passing team, so that's why the 3 interceptions are deceiving, because the caliber teams that they've played, 2 out-of-state opponents that are ranked in their states. I mean, Scranton Prep said, we want to get better, we want to be the best, and that's what they're doing.
You will see a lot of 12 and 5 running the ball, left or right. McPartlin also lines up as quarterback, and he does this time off the right side, and he has an NEPA Builders first down. And we will move the chains, and it looks like it will be first and goal, Scranton Prep.
Talking to Coach Pasqualicio, here we go. He said he was going to give us a steady dose of the run game to see how well Scranton is. So it's going to be good.
Scranton Prep coming in 28 points per game, and as I said, Scranton's defense this year allowing just 6.5. Paris off that right side again with the big line, and he's up inside the 5, and they are inside the Blaze Alexander dealership red zone on the opening possession after a fumble on the opening kick from Scranton Knights. Prep coming in averaging 357.5 yards per game. Most of that, as you might expect, on the ground, 234, 122 through the air. So they line up with 2 wings in the backfield. And powering through is Will McPartlin, and that is a North American Warhorse touchdown for Scranton Prep. Off the turnover, they converted into points.
You'll see right here, and it's a stand-up touchdown. Look how the offensive line explodes off the ball, especially right there. You saw 52. Byron Axtell, the junior guard, just drove his guy into the end zone.
So Bianchi, who had the squib kick, now in the PATs, he's 8-11 on the season. Coming in as a new kicker this year, struggled early on, and he has improved every week since then, and he puts that up and right through, and it's a 4-play, 23-yard drive. And if you're the Knights of Scranton, you don't want to make it that easy all night long, and they now have to come back and show something.
And you'll see right here, this is what caused Scranton its demise on this first series right there. Great job by 33 jumping on that ball. I mean, that's his highlight right there. And then we just see the stand-up touchdown in there. Great job by the offensive line to open that gap up and allow Will McPartland to get in there for that touchdown.
We'll take a look at the starters for Prep shortly, but off that right side where they're running, Anthony De Los Santos, 6'4", 260. Travis Sharples, 5'8", 250. Owen DeDurka, 235. The size off that right side is just gigantic.
They are huge, 6'4", 6'2". And then on the left side, we have Byron Axtell, 6'3", and Ambrose Rossi, 6'7", 250-pound senior at the blind side tackle there. So that's the way Scranton Prep wanted to start. Now, Scranton's just got to forget that, and let's just play solid football right now.
Well, yeah, they're going to get the ball. One thing they need to do is get the ball down the other side of the field and get this recovery, because if Prep squibs it again, they will get good field position. So that's the positive for Scranton. Tay Weeks is the deep former Scranton Prep player. And can tell if Schottle's on the other side as well. We are teeing it up again. 7-0 Prep here. Less than 2 minutes into this game off the opening kick fumble by the Knights.
I mean, Scranton Prep took 1 minute and 34 seconds to say, okay, we're going to just drive down 4 run plays and we're going to punch it in.
So from the 21-yard line, they bring it up. That's Tristan Smith, and Smith up to about the 23, and he looks like he's banged up real quick. But we'll take a look at the brand-new quarterback for Scranton this year, and he is a junior. Brody Coyle, 6 foot, 185 pounds.
And he took over for one heck of an athlete, Billy Maloney, that anchored the Knights last year, and we saw how well he did in the Dream game. But, again, now you have new quarterback. The pressures that he puts on himself to do well. And I know Coach Sumbras has told him, just take your time. Don't try to do anything you don't need to do. You don't need to win the game. Just play your position.
So we'll have time. We'll take a look at the Knights offense, brought to you by North American Warhorse, powered by Coyle. Whitman will be in the backfield, 255 yards on the season so far. The receivers, we talked about Shotto, Zallar, very good. Tay Weeks, we just mentioned him, the transfer from Scranton. De Los Santos, 5 catches, 101 yards, a very good tight end. And up front, Coach, very junior-oriented this year for the Knights of Scranton.
They are, and they average 248 pounds across the board. The big guy out there is Dajier Weeks, 6'3", 290 pounds, and they all are juniors. So this is going to be their learning year. They're going to be cutting their teeth. They're going to be the growing pains just to learn how to bond together and how to take control. So things are going to be looking really good for the Knights. I mean, their quarterback's a junior. Their backup quarterback's a junior. Running back's a junior. Ty Weeks is the one of the seniors, few seniors that's out there other than Eddie Salazar.
We do have a couple seniors in there as well, Coach.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, a couple seniors up front. So we'll talk about them. So here come the Knights, averaging 21 points per game. Last week coming off a Bell win for the 6th straight year, 21-0 West Scranton. And it was an early game last Friday. Tristan Smith is walking gingerly back to the sideline. So here comes Coyle, and they'll hand it off real quick. I think it's Shotto. It's hard to tell. Let me see. Nope, that is Reese Whitman on the end around, and he gains about 2.
You saw he was swallowed up by Travis Sharples. The defensive tackle did a great job scraping down the line of scrimmage. Here we go right here. Look at it. End around, the speed sweep. 43 gets pinned inside. But look, that's a defensive tackle right there. Defensive end, 75. Ambrose Rossi there for the stop.
Take a look at the Prep defense in a minute. So Coyle back into the shotgun, and we'll see if they go to the air. We think they're going to pass a lot tonight. Prep gave up some yardage through the air last week against Delaware Valley, and boy, when you can't have a guy drop the ball when it's 2nd and long. So let's take a look at that defense, brought to you by North American Warhorse. They'll play a 4-4. Rossi, Sharples, Axtell, De Los Santos. A lot of the same names play both ways. Jack Dowton, converted free safety, playing linebacker. Tanner, very good. Dempsey, brand new. Mackie Lynett, brand new. in there. And then the secondary will be tested again, as I mentioned, back there with Brady Holmes, Will McPartland, and Trayvon Dickey.
Well, we saw last week that they were a little suspect in terms of their secondary coverage, but their defensive line is really doing a nice job. They're playing a three-man front right now.
Coyle's pass is caught by the 10-end, Del Santro, but the flag is thrown where we believe it will be a holding on the Knights. So we'll hold off on the first down call. The Prep last week, over this year, has given up a lot of yards passing, 175. So that's what we think Scranton's going to do tonight, Coach?
That's exactly what they want to try to do. They're going to try to get their matchups out there, and I wouldn't be surprised to see our spotlight player. Here's the
holding. Offense number 75, 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay third down.
Chris Bonifati, our referee tonight. Here, look at this one again. We didn't see the hold.
Nice job with the rollout there. Good concentration. And again, nice, easy pitch and catch. Del Santro had the first down, but now they've got 3rd and 18.
Yeah, undefeated team almost needs to come in playing perfect football
yes.
tonight, and
yes.
so far they have not for the Knights. So let's see if they can convert on this 3rd down and long. Coyle with a lot of time. No rush put on. Still looking. And just throws it away. So good coverage downfield despite no pressure. And now the Knights will be forced to punt. Ben Campbell coming on, looks like number 14, to punt.
Well, the offensive line coach is going to have to talk these guys up here. He does have time to throw. Nice job scanning, checking his checks, going through his progression, and very smartly throws it away. But again, Scranton Prep now, who's known for that 4-4 defense that they just punish you, is playing a three-man front right now, and that means they've got extra guys in the secondary right now, which really shut them down, the Knights down.
Yeah, Prep could have a short field again. Trayvon Dickey back to receive the Campbell punt. He averages about 40 yards. Good snap. Here comes the rush. Low line kicker. Trayvon Dickey picks it up. Almost picked up by Knight after that, and they'll bring it up inside Knight territory again at the 43-yard line. We have time now to check out the Cavalier offense, brought to you by North American Warhorse. We mentioned Lewis Paris and McPartland, Reese Tanner, now up at fullback, 3 carries this year. Trayvon Dickey having a good year, especially on the ground. Last week, 145 yards, and there is the line up front. We've already talked about some of them, Coach, but what are you looking at?
I'm looking at 255-pound average up there. Wow, and they're just solid. I know that's one thing we were discussing with the coaches beforehand. They feel really confident with their skill kids. Their offensive line, they think they've got some work to do up there.
Good defense that time. They give it to Dickey. We just mentioned him last week against Delaware Valley in the second half, Coach. 6 carries, 145 yards, and 2 TDs.
They go quick pitch out there. Look at that. And number 68, that 300-pounder, 6'3", 300-pound, Dajir Weeks, number 68. You saw that in your living room. He scraped right down, and again, good pursuit to the ball for 0 gain.
Junior John Morick, number 15, with the tackle. McPartland, just a couple yards, good defense up front, playing well. Looks like tackle Reese Spindler.
Spindler does a nice job on that as a defense from his defensive end position. What I'm seeing in both these drives is they're allowing the defensive tackles to come upfield, and what they're influence blocking them on that, and what that's doing is taking the defensive tackle, and it forms a natural gap up there for the running back.
If you're the Knights, you want to put Prep in throwing situations, and here they are in a 3rd down and long. Kroom in the backfield. Lewis Paris picks it and runs it, and he's going to be 3 yards short of a first down up to about the 35-yard line. I suspect Prep will go for this.
Well, talking to Coach Pasqualiccio, again, you'll see this. He's going through his progressions, his reads, and this is what makes Lewis Paris dangerous, that he's got great footwork and he's got good, quick burst.
3-year starter for Paris on the ground in his career, 1,721 yards and 29 touchdowns.
And I want everybody to understand he's 5'11", 220 pounds.
Yeah,
he's a solid young man.
Okay, so McPartland now lines up at quarterback. McPartland's going to run a little power to the right, and they up through. I think he just gets the line to gain, and it will be an NEPA Builders first down. Looks like for Prep, just past the 32-yard line.
And Scranton right now is doing a nice job slowing down. They're playing their gap responsibility. You'll see right here, again, Wildcat in there, one of the better running backs in the league. And again, he was working hard to get those. And there were 4 black jerseys around there making that tackle. You see Coach Gallagher right there with his arms crossed.
Terry Gallagher, 86 total wins as the Scranton Prep coach. That is a record for the Cavaliers. So on first down, they're going to go long. Tip to the line of scrimmage and almost intercepted. Good job by the line on the penetration. And Spindler almost picked it off.
Yeah, Reese Spindler, 6'4". Wow. I mean, again, that's 6-inch difference right there between him and the quarterback. And then you put those long arms up in the air, and that's tough to throw over.
Here's a low angle.
Yep. You see right here, and then right there.
Oh, yeah.
He does a nice job jumping up. He high-pointed that ball. Good job.
So the senior Spindler, 12 total tackles coming in, deflects that. Let's see if Prep goes back to the running game. They do. McPartland now left side has a big gap. Big hole for McPartland. Towards the end zone. Finally, he's tripped up. And they'll mark it at the 11-yard line. So a 21-yard gain and an NEPA Builders first down for the Cavaliers of Scranton Prep.
That was Tay Weeks that did the shoestring tackle that saved that touchdown. Look at that cross-buck action in there. You had the halfback going left. You see McPartland coming here and right. Had a big gap in there. Nice job. Coach Pasqualiccio, I mean, I don't know if he gets enough credit, but he does a tremendous job as an offensive coordinator for Prep.
Blaze Alexander, red zone for the second time in as many possessions for Scranton Prep. Trayvon Dickey, hole up the middle. Dickey knocked down at the 1. It will be an NEPA Builders first down and first and goal for Cavaliers.
They're just doing that little misdirection in there. Again, trying to freeze those linebackers, get them confused. You have one running back going left, and you'll see right there. McPartland this time goes left, and you see number 24 just cut it up in there. Great speed by Trayvon Dickey, 5'7", 150-pounder.
Folks, let's tell you, this is what Prep has done all year long, even against in their 4 wins. They did this last week against Delaware Valley. Give the Warriors credit. They had a nice passing game. They actually came back and almost won it late. Lewis Paris with the tush push from Reese Tanner. And it is a North American Warhorse touchdown for Scranton Prep.
Reese Tanner did a nice job making sure his quarterback, Lewis Paris, got in there for the touchdown.
2 short fields, 2 touchdowns for the Cavaliers.
Good job. Look at the offensive line. 72, digging it out. Look at his leverage. That's what we talk about as offensive line coach. You want to... gut check time for the Knights. How are they going to respond? They know what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to start playing more solid defense. And, again, try to stop those explosive plays.
Smith fumbles it again. They're having a trouble out there. Looks like that's Memphis Shadow, I believe, who pulled the ball down. Is still moving forward. It is Shadow. They bring it up to the 26-yard line. Let's see now where Brody Coyle in this offense can get anything going.
Again, he had time. I don't know if he lost it in the lights or he saw white jerseys coming down. And Memphis Shadow, this is what Coach Schumber said about him. He's fearless. He's trying to make things happen. You saw as he's falling down, he put his hand down, and he still was able to get an extra yard from that effort.
34-0 was the final last year, so Scranton is having trouble finding the end zone against the Cavaliers. See if they come out now, and they're going to put Coyle underneath center. Play action. Out to the corner. Nice. They're going to rule it a catch. They do. They don't give him forward progress, though. He came back. That was Salazar, I believe.
Salazar, I'm sorry, Bob.
No, go ahead. I think you can hear the fans.
Yeah, he had the first down.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, maybe it's a control thing.
He caught it at the 35. They're marking it at the 34.
Well,
yeah.
Great job with the instant replay. Thank you, JJ. You saw he actually caught the ball between his knees.
Well, that's why I said I didn't know if it was a catch.
Yeah.
Because I saw him bobbling the ball. So good catch. Let's see if we get things going now for the Knights. Yeah, check over. They better do it quick because there's only 2 seconds on the play clock. And they just got it off. No, they're going to say he did not get it off. Boy, that was close.
It was.
I thought he got it off. Had that extra half a second, but they don't. So another mistake for Scranton. They back them up. 2nd and long now. So now Prep will bring in their nickel package. Lewis Paris comes in to play defensive end. Rakowski comes in, kind of play a free safety. So they'll go 2 deep safeties for Prep on this 2nd and long.
And again, I mentioned earlier the size of Lewis Parrish, 5'11", 220 pounds, and he's got speed, and they put him at the defensive end rush position.
Here comes the blitz. The Mackey line it with the pressure on Coyle and nowhere to go. And 3rd and long now.
You saw Bob mentioned the blitz on that. You'll see number 13 loops up inside. Parrish went to the outside to get the tackle influence to kick out, and he did it perfectly.
This has to be a necessity for a first down.
Absolutely.
I mean, at this point with the Knights, they don't have a first down, do they?
No,
right?
They have not. And they don't want to give the ball back.
No.
And 3 minutes and 50 seconds, or let's say it's 3:30 when Prep gets the ball. That's plenty of time.
Prep's just going to rush 3 now. Play defense. They're going to swing it out. Let's see if they get a block. Can he get outside? And he's going to be well short of the first down. I believe that is Whitman, the junior. And Scranton now will be forced to punt.
Again, great call with the swing pattern, but you saw the effort there by number 53, Travis Sharples. Jumps up in the air and almost tipped the ball. But again, great job and good hustle there by number 55, the right guard, Patrick Whelan, helping his teammate out downfield.
So the Prep defense came in as advertised. And we're going to have a special teams timeout by Prep. So Prep calls the timeout on special teams. And there's the list of referees tonight. We welcome in our 7th referee, 82-year-old Bill Bowen, the back judge tonight.
I thought that was Randy Donato out there, former Wilkes player, former North Pocono player. I mean, I'm looking at Bob and I went, he looks familiar. Now I know.
There you go. Hey, we're glad these guys are refereeing, right? Because they transition from player to referee, and you do. You just mentioned it. We need referees.
We do. I mean, that's what's actually hurting the sports. All sports is trying to get the officials. It's become tougher and tougher to be an official. But when you get these younger guys, they're full of vim and vinegar. Have at it. Go for it. And maybe they'll be able to pull their friends in And, again, it's a great atmosphere to be able to officiate high school football games. I bet you Prep said, look, they're down 14. Don't be surprised if they hard count and if they go for the fake. Be disciplined.
Good snap, good rush, low kick. Hit a Prep player, and the Prep player it hit recovers it. Hit a Prep player in the back. That's A.J. Kroom, I believe,
yes,
number 4, right?
Number 4.
Yep, and he's right there to fall right on it at the 41-yard line.
He was like, I'm getting away. It was poison. Here's the Lackawanna Football Conference Division I standings at this point.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Prep started with Valley View. They won 33-0. They had Del Val last week, and they won that 28-25. Scranton, this will be the start of a long stretch now of Division I teams that are 12-4 overall. And how about Wallenpaupack? 3-1, 1-0 division, leading Del Val right now in the first quarter at Del Val.
With their rookie coach.
With their rookie coach. And how about Reese Tanner powers through NEPA Builders first down, and he moves it up for about 19, 20 yards for the fullback.
God, Reese Whitman, 5'11", 180 pounds. He looks like he's 250 in here. Look at that. Boom. Collision with two of them. Breaks away, and he's still dragging number 20 with him for taking him for a ride on that.
So Tanner with the run, Whitman with the tackle. And another first down for this Scranton Prep offense. Paris on the option to Dickey. Dickey has a lot of speed, cuts it back in, fumbles, but it goes right to a Prep player. Is that Kroom again? Nope, that's Brady Holmes. And right at the line to gain. So Dickey lost it, and they're going to make it an NEPA Builders first down at the 29.
What I loved about the option is the relationship the tailback had with the quarterback. That was a great job on the strip right there.
Patrick Wheeling, I think.
Yes,
number 55.
Nice job. And then number 2 coming in trying to get that, Memphis Shadow. And there's Coach Gallagher not happy. I mean, yes, we got it, but you can see he's like, we have to do a better job with ball security.
That's 2 fumbles in a row they've gotten, have the Cavaliers. Paris, the fake, had a big hole at the left side. The quarterback still on his feet. He's tough to take down, and it is a Blaze Alexander touchdown, Scranton Prep, 29 yards for Lewis Paris.
And he should be thanking number 11, Brady Holmes, the 5'9", 150-pound senior, split end. Watch how, again, you'll see all of a sudden this stalk block that's going to come into your screen right there. Great job, and Lewis did a great job reading that. I suppose he's kicking them to the sideline, and he cut back inside to the goalpost.
Well, we talked about Scranton and what they had to do, and you know what? They started pretty well because they got the coin flip. But, boy, when they lost that opening fumble on the kickoff, it was downhill since then for the Knights, and not what you wanted to see if you're a Scranton Knight. Now, how you battle back as Bianchi's kick is up and through. And we're not even out of the first quarter. It's already 21-0 Scranton Prep.
That's not what the Knights wanted. Coach Chumbers was saying he wanted to get out to a quick start. The crowd right now is out of it. The sidelines are down. This is a tough situation. I've been in his shoes before. It's not easy. And, again, you're going to be trying to do anything. Great job with the replay. Thank you, guys. Look at that. Lewis Paris was not going to be denied. And there's our 82-year-old back judge signaling the touchdown.
So Paris' 4th rushing touchdown of the season, his first tonight.
And there's Coach Chumbers had something that he's talking about to the head official that he didn't like. But you can see I don't read lips. I don't even want to.
Well, you don't make you make your schedule a couple years, and you try to put your team in the beginning of a year in the best part to start the season. Well, Scranton started the season against teams that are now 1-12. So, I mean, this is their toughest game by far, right?
Yes.
Like, you make your schedule. Your schedule is your schedule. right? I mean, you're playing Pocono Mountain East, Pocono Mountain West, Wyoming Valley West, and West Scranton. Pocono Mountain West is the only one with a win in that of the four. So, and then you're coming in with a team that's played 2 out-of-state teams. Valley View, we know they're good. They beat Abington last week. We had that game.
And they were up on Honesdale, who's having a nice year, but right now, and yes, Coach Gallagher and the prep teams, they want to play the best. And Bob, you're one of the lacrosse coaches, and you said we want to schedule out-of-state competition because we want to be that good for the playoffs.
Good return for Scranton. Let's see if this gets them going up near midfield.
It's number 12 on the return. Kamani Sterling, the junior. Nice job. That's the kind of spark that you need to get this going. But to my point about, Scranton prep playing a very tough schedule to start out. Scranton not as tough. So your kids do have a tendency to come complacent. They're 4-0 coming in thinking they have a chance against Scranton Prep. And then Scranton Prep just punches you in the mouth. You have to respond.
Let's see if they can respond. They need a first down. So first things first, that's a good carry from Shadow up on the Prep side of the field. Gain of 4.
Good sportsmanship there by Shadow. He gets tackled by number 53 and 25. And what's he do? He helps number 53 up. And they got 4 yards on that play. That's a positive. That's what Coach Chambers and his staff is going to build on. Look, we can move the ball. We just have to be patient.
That was Travis Sharples. Second and manageable. That's what you want to get into if you're the Scranton Knights. Now they can maybe use a play action or pass game. They got to watch the play clocks down to 7. Coyle underneath center. Nope, they go quickly into the shotgun, and they're going to have to call timeout. So some mix-up there. 47 seconds left in this first quarter. And we mentioned Wallen-Paulpack. Well, that's who Prep plays at home, which is Dunmore, next Friday night. So it's a Pennsylvania Army National Guard timeout for Scranton, their first of the night for Steve Chambers' teams. Chambers' 7th seasons overall.
Here we go, schedule airs. You see how Scranton Prep, Loyola out of Maryland, Canisius out of New York, they're state-ranked teams in New York and Maryland. And then they come up against a big Del Val team and escape that 28-25. Bob, you were at the game. And then next week with Wallen-Paulpack again, nobody was sure. And then look at week number 9, October 18th. They're at Jersey Shore. We saw them in preseason. And it's going to be an interesting long ride for the Cavaliers to get it there. But Jersey Shore just had a loss last week, and they're going to be really tough. And they're top in 4A right now.
Now, I was curious because Mid-Valley's 4-0, but they play in Division II. They play Lackawanna Trail tonight. So how good is Mid-Valley? We know they are very good. They have a great tailback who's playing very well. How good is Mid-Valley? Well, we'll find out tonight. And then they'll have to face the Cavaliers. They're a AAA team. Good pass out. It is a NEPA Builders first down. That's Reese Whitman out there. They're inside the 40. So finally, with 40 seconds left in the first quarter, the Scranton Knights will move the chains.
Nice job. Good job. He knew who he was throwing to right there. Watch this move. He cuts in, jukes it back outside. Number 20 doing a nice job. Reese Whitman in there. 5'11", 180-pound junior.
Andrew Dempsey, a 5'10 junior. 14 total tackles coming in. Made the tackle for the Cavaliers. Let's see if the Knights can put something up on the board. Coyle under pressure. Host of white jerseys, nailed out of bounds. Good tackle by Brady Holmes. Also took out a referee.
And the stick man.
And the stick man, and the chain gang.
What I'm seeing what Prep's doing with their defensive end, they're pinching them into the B gaps, and that's forcing the tackle now to either commit or not. And when he doesn't commit, he's got a free shot right at the quarterback, those D-ends.
13 Mackey line it pushed him, and Brady Holmes came up to make the tackle. So that did stop the clock. 3 seconds left in this quarter. Scranton more wide open now. Hand it off on the inside. Have some room. That is Tay Weeks, and Weeks is nailed after a 3-yard gain. And that will do it for quarter number 1. Been all Cavaliers here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in the Electric City. Can the Knights come back, put something up on the board? We'll find out. Quarter number 2 is on the way, and will be visited by NEPA Builders. Tony Resendez here. Quick throw from Coyle goes incomplete, and we'll continue our conversation with Toby. And, how did you come up with the idea for raising the roof?
Yeah, so we wanted to do something to give back to our community in only a way that a builder could. And we replace 100 roofs in a year, and we see 3 times that many roofs of people that can't afford them, right? And so, I think we took it upon ourselves to try to make a difference in that and see how could we make a dent in this need that's out there that people have. And this is what a builder, we believe that small business has a responsibility to support its community. And as a builder, it's what we decided we would do.
On 4th down, Coyle goes towards the end zone. Trayvon Dickey out there on the coverage with Jack Dowling, and it looks like that was Salazar, who he was intended receiver.
Again, I love the call. You have to be aggressive. You're down, and he did. He landed on his back, and I don't think his head's hit the turf, but that's a tough hit when you give your back up like that, trying to go back for the ball.
But we have a flag down, and I didn't see the call, but it obviously goes against the Cavaliers, and it will give the Knights an NEPA Builders first down at the 21-yard line. I did not see the flag in the call.
It was roughing the passer.
Oh, yes, okay. That's what I assumed.
Well, again, we don't want to assume things,
No.
You know that, but another Northeast Pennsylvania Builders first down, and Toby, that's you.
Hey, there we are.
So on first down, Coyle going to roll it out. Here comes the pressure. Gets away from that, just falls down. It will go down officially as a sack for Axtell, but the turf monster got Brody Coyle, and it's a nice turf here, by the way, brand new. So, Toby, what's the experience been like helping people, over the last couple years or so?
Yeah, I think it's been tremendous and more than what we thought it would be. It's something that's bigger than us, and we helped Tim's family in Clark Summit, and we helped Doreen's family last year in Factoryville, and each time we get together, we just realize how big of a thing this is, and it's this, this thing that's hard to wrap words around. It really is, and it gives us even more motivation to look forward to the next time that we could do it. It builds and builds, and I think to see the look in people's eyes when they're getting this help and they appreciate it, and that you've done good on a level that maybe goes beyond your wildest dreams a little bit.
So the Knights call timeout. So we'll give you an opportunity now to give you the website, and Toby can tell everyone how they can nominate a family. And there you see the website, Toby.
Yeah. So there you go, right there. That's where to go. NEPAbuilders.com. So what we need is we can't do this without the community. So NEPA Builders is doing the work. 84 Lumbers is providing the material for free. Fox is helping us reach everybody watching, right? But we need people in the community to look around their neighborhoods, find families and neighbors who need this help. Go on our website, nominate them, right? Help be a part of, be a hero. Help these people. It could be family, it could be friends, whoever they are, and put it there. What we do at the end of the year is we go through the list, and it's a difficult process, but we pick one, and this family who really needs their help gets it, and that's what we need from you. We need you to go on there and support us and support a family.
So down on the field, second and really long, Coyle over the middle, hits the receiver, gets some yardage back. Will be bringing the third down and long. There's number 11, Michael McCain, a sophomore, pulls that in. So third and long still. But you figure in two-down territory,
yes, they're down 21. You're in Scranton prep zone. Let's go for it. Let's try to get something going. Chip away at it. Toby, my question to you is, when the receiving family finds out, what's the look on their faces?
Yeah, it's really a humbling experience, I think, for everybody. I'll call, it's love to some degree. There's just, there's not words to express it, right? They appreciate it, we appreciate it, and yeah, it's amazing.
So we have pressure put on Coyle. We have a flag in the secondary. Most likely it looks like pass interference on Scranton prep. One of the Scranton Knights was trying to run downfield and got interfered with.
Just a little bit of an obstruction.
A little bit. So that's positive for Scranton because that will give them a first down. Because it was 3rd and 17.
It was. So this will be good. So let's see what the official
I don't know
says.
if it's going to give them a first down. It's just 15-yard penalty, right?
Yes.
Calling it an official hold. So that's only 10 yards.
So it's still third.
Yeah, it would still be third down, but the ball is now placed inside the Blaise Alexander red zone. And here you see it. You can't really see the penalty from there.
That's where the receiver was supposed to be. He got mugged and held up at the 15-yard line, and the official saw it the entire time. Good call.
So back to a 3rd and 7, which is much more manageable now for the Knights. Inside the red zone for the first time for Scranton. Here comes the blitz. They'll set up a middle screen. And it is read by Andrew Dempsey, but it is caught by Memphis Shadow, and it'll bring up 4th and short now.
Boy, Andrew Dempsey from his inside linebacker position. Great job sniffing that out. And he just trailed it. Watch this. He came off the block. Nice job. That's one thing Scranton Prep is known for, is how tenacious their defense is, how well coached they are. They knew it was a screen, and he peeled off his block, and he makes the tackle.
Well, Coyle is shaken up, and the referee is calling out the trainer for Scranton, and Coyle is coming off very gingerly now. I don't know if he got hit behind the play because the rush was on, so this may sit Brody Coyle. And that could be a big loss for the Scranton Knights. And
so let's see what happens. Oh, look at this. Quarterback love right there.
Oh, Lewis Parrish, and you mentioned the size of Lewis, 220 pounds, all on the shoulder of Brody Coyle on the screen pass. And Coyle is extremely in a lot of pain, let's just say that, on the sidelines. And I don't know.
And
We'll see.
Yeah, number 13, Connor Thomas, the backup QB, 5'8", 170-pound junior coming in.
On fourth down for the Knights, so if anything could get worse. And they're going to go right to the air. They're going to go right to the end zone. And it is knocked away. Good defense by Brady Holmes on Tay Weeks. So we don't want to go for the first with a run. We're going to go right to the end zone. That's the call from Steve Shumbris.
And that's, you know what? I think that bounced off of his helmet, to be honest with you. Brady Holmes' helmet. Oh, great job with the instant replay. Yep, it did. It bounced off his helmet. So it was actually good placement. He just had to come back and fight for that ball.
Well, old teammates going at it in the end zone. Are you surprised? Do you like that call or get a first down and then continue to get four more down?
I'm more conservative. Yeah. Get the first, so then you can do 3 strikes down there.
Especially with a brand new quarterback coming in, right?
Yes, you don't. I mean, he's not warmed up. He wasn't ready for it.
Back for the Cavaliers, they give it to McPartland, and he's up for about 8 yards. Toby Gerzenda still here from NEPA Builders. Toby, sorry about that. Some excitement there for the Scranton Knights. And, again, raising the roof is a great community partnership that we're doing with you. And we gave you the website a little bit. Now, this is anybody in our viewing area?
Anybody in the viewing area, absolutely. We're here tonight at Scranton, 2 Scranton teams going at it. And, before I leave, I'd just like to say everybody's sitting here watching these 2 Scranton teams supporting Scranton. It's such a big city, right? There's thousands and thousands of homes that could use this, right? But we can't help them if we don't know who they are, right?
Right. And if they don't get nominated by their neighbors or friends, yeah.
Right. We can't help them. So we'd love to be able to help your family or your neighbor, whoever you have. Please nominate them. And guys, thank you so much for having me again.
Toby, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy good what you do and what you're doing for the community and your companies, 84 Lumber and all those guys. It's just amazing. I mean, I'm sure there's more people that would say, hey, I need a roof. But, oh, man, that's great. God bless you guys.
Thank you so much.
Toby, thank you. So that was an NEPA Builders first down for Prep, and they're on the move again. This is Lewis Paris, the quarterback, up for about 7 yards.
They're just they're just gashing right now against Scranton. They're at will. They're imposing their will on the run game. This was a pass. He didn't like what he saw. He turns it up. Look at him directing back there. Go ahead, go. I'm going. Block. Nice job.
Scranton's defense came in giving up just 6.5 points per game, but they have not seen an offense like this all year long. And Trayvon Dickey falls down in the backfield. So 3rd and about 5, maybe 6 coming up now for the Cavaliers of Scranton Prep.
That was Nick Brown there that was making sure that he was not going anywhere. And number 68, I like that. Dajir Weeks, again, he's a big young man, 6'3", 300 pounds. He moves really well.
Well, this is an opportunity for the Knights. They need to step up right now. But you don't know on this, 3rd and 5, Prep could go to a pass. They could even run it. You don't know what they're going to do.
Not known for their passing, but you know what? They know that the run game is established. So I think a play action right in here, especially with the feet of Lewis Paris in there.
They're going to go to the air, and they're going to go long. They're going to go down the middle, and Holmes is wide open. Brady Holmes was at the 20, not a Knight within 10 yards of him, and Lewis Paris just overthrew him.
And there was a breakdown, obviously, in secondary coverage because the free safety was nowhere in that middle third of the field. He had plenty of time, and he throws a perfect spiral downfield. And you see, the closest one was number 6 back there. And he plays right corner.
Yeah.
Coach Gallagher just, pacing the sidelines right there, pondering, I'm sure, what he's going to tell his kids at halftime, that the game's not over.
Oh, this is a 0-0 game for Terry Gallagher's team. So first time tonight to see Jordan Tallarico punt it away, and it's a boot. Shadow all the way back at his 15, about a 2-yard gain on that, and here come the Knights, and Brody Coyle is putting the helmet back on, and he's coming back on the field.
That's good to see for Brody. That's going to help the offense. It opens up the playbook again for Coach Chambers and the Knights.
So the athletic training staff has obviously checked Brody Coyle, the junior quarterback, and I think the coach just said, nope, you're not going in. So somewhere communication between the athletic staff and the head coach has broken down because they're bringing in the backup quarterback. Coyle put his helmet on, and I'm sure they'll discuss that at halftime.
Well, and again, you have to, and Coach Chambers is going to always side on the side of caution there for his players. He doesn't know, he doesn't need to get anybody really severely hurt or injured on there. He's got other athletes out there that he's got to implement and get this game going.
That was a good carry. Reese Whitman for a 5-yard gain.
They go RPO on that. They go to the right. It opened up a little bit to the left, but you can see the pursuit of the Cavaliers. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 white jerseys coming in there to try to get their picture. Their face in the picture.
Face in the picture, Alec. I think Anthony De Los Santos, 6'4", 260, was on the bottom of that, so we'll give him credit. So Connor Thomas, 5'8" junior, is the quarterback. He's thrown 3 passes on the year for 16 yards. Well, 4 because he threw when he came in. Shadow has some speed. Bounces outside, but Trayvon Dickey comes up to meet him. He cannot get the corner in just a yard gain.
Knights go with the speed sweep. And again, Memphis Shadow. Boy, he's just a fast, tough kid. Look at that. Gets there. Good job. Just couldn't turn it. And look at how the pursuit and number 24 coming up. That is Trayvon Dickey, again, who's not going to get outrun. He did a nice job with the leverage, and he came downhill fast.
Coyle is back on the bench with the athletic trainer. Again, a lot of protocols now. Concussions and everything. And Thomas pulls it down. It's going to be close to the line to gain. Depends on the mark. I think he's about a half-yard short. So a 4th down call and real short inside Knights territory, though. Like, what are you doing if you're Coach Chambers down 21-0? Roll the dice?
You know what? I would say yes at this point in time. Yes, it would give them a short field, but they've got up. He's going for the punt.
Well, they can obviously, we talked about this before, try to draw them off sides.
Hard count them, but Scranton Prep is well coached and very disciplined, so that's going to be a tough one. I know that earlier with their offense, they tried doing the muddle huddle stuff with all the movements, and there was too much movement right there.
Yeah, it's going to go against Scranton. So the mistakes have been mounting for this Knight team against Cavalier team, 3-1 coming in. So now it's a definitely punting situation for Ben Campbell. He'll line up about the 6-yard line. And we'll have a timeout from the Cavaliers. Not sure what Terry Gallagher did not like, but he called timeout. So what's ahead for the Knights? Let's see. It doesn't get any easier. They're going to play a bunch of Division I Lackawanna Football Conference teams. Valley View.
Yeah, Valley View, 3-1. Wallenpaupack 3-1. North Pocono 3-1. Abington 2-2. Del Val, by the last game of the year, they're 0-4 right now, but don't count them out. I mean, they're just a brand new team. Coach Olsmer last year had a ton of graduation, and those kids have to pick it up and start filling up and carrying them. The Warriors for Coach Olsmer.
Give you a couple scores. Valley View shutting out Honesdale at halftime, 13-0. Abington beating North Pocono 14-3. That is at the half. Delaware Valley's doubling up Wallenpaupack 14-7 late in the second quarter. So those are the scores from the Lackawanna Football Conference Division I. The other one we talked about, Mid-Valley, Lackawanna Trail at halftime, tied at 7. So Mid-Valley undefeated, but probably playing their best competition so far. I mean, they did play Honesdale last week, but Honesdale's been going on a downward trend. And and because of that, we will go to Honesdale. Oh, goes in the back of the end zone. Bad snap. And that should be a safety. And Prep will get the ball.
Oh, that's just heartbreaking.
It's what happens when you face a good team finally. Nerves, right?
Yes.
It's quicker. The team, they're bigger, stronger, they're quicker. And if you don't match up, right, early on.
The attitude that Scranton Prep has, you can't match that, especially when they're like I was doing the earlier saying it's like a boxing match right now, and Scranton Prep just keeps going with the haymakers against the Knights, and this is tough for them to respond, and then just things are going downhill really quick. They lose their quarterback. Snap goes way over the punter's head. Safety. Now they got to punt the ball out, and Scranton Prep has plenty of time to do something here with 4:29 left in the half.
Shades of a year ago. Some other scores. West Scranton, who plays here, is losing 27-0 to Wilkes-Barre. Riverside won last night over Montrose, 55-0. Old Forge and Western Wayne leading Old Forge 35-7. That says first quarter. We're getting these scores from NEPAfootball.com, by the way. Scranton tees it up at the 20 after the safety. So the Prep Cavaliers will get good field position. After this, trying to add on going into the locker room. Deep kick. Taken by Brady Holmes, and he's got the sideline, and he is gone.
Wow. What a burst.
Brady Holmes showing off the speed. And it is a North American Warhorse touchdown, excuse me. No flags down.
What a great burst. He just catches his ball, and he just turns the Jets on, makes one move, and he's right down the sideline. He outflanked everybody. Just that's what happens. Contained. They all pinched in too tight, and he just sprung it.
That's 61 yards for Brady Holmes, and that's all lacrosse speed, I want to tell you right now.
You coach them, right?
I do coach Brady, but that's beside the point.
I'm saying the speed part in lacrosse.
Not the speed. Nope.
Oh, wait.
No speed from this guy.
There was a flag.
See, I thought there was. That's why I hesitated.
There was.
I'm like, they look like there's a flag. So it's back at the 45. No touchdown. Sorry, Brady. It was officially 61 yards, but a holding call. So Prep will have to do it the hard way now with 4:22 left. They bring it back to the Cavaliers' 45-yard line. Sorry about that, folks. Didn't see the flag. They'll give it off to Will McPartland off the right side. And he's up for about 3 yards.
You mentioned Will McPartland, and, his father was a running back for the Miami Hurricanes, and Butch Davis was his head coach back then. And he rushed, I'm looking at his stats real quick, his career stats. He had 203 yards. He had 3 touchdowns. So I think Will McPartland, he knows how to run the ball. I think he's been coached up a little bit by Dad.
A little bit. Played with some great players at the University of Miami. Of course, Miami won the NCAA title back then. The year after that, I believe 2001.
2001 under a new coach, Larry Coker, who was the offensive coordinator for Butch Davis. Right there, they just go, look, student body left. You see a great job by the running backs, 25, 24, clearing the way. Nice job in there. Number 12 and 25 doing a nice job clearing the house.
So the offensive line has done a nice job all year long for this Prep offense. These guys play a lot of defense as well. So last week, in the heat up at Delaware Valley, they were exhausted as Lewis Parrish shoots throughout the left side. He's up for an NEPA Builders first down. Inside Scranton territory at the 31 he goes to.
You'll just see right there, Coach Pasqualiccio in the purple pullover. Lewis Barrett, I mean, he just loves run. To me, you know him a lot, I mean, personally, but he just looks like he loves the contact and then the physicality of this game. And that's the offensive coordinator right there.
Little option, run or pass, and a little mix-up in the backfield. Dickey was right there as Paris had some pressure put on him for one of the few times tonight. There's Billy Pasqualiccio.
And again, you'll see right in there, that's number 68. Again, I keep mentioning Dajir Weeks. Just that time, that influence block, he read that perfectly and was right in the quarterback's face.
So the clock stops. 2:30 left in this first half. We'll let you know what's coming up at halftime shortly. Inside handoff, first carry to Anthony Prince, number 22, who moves forward for some positive yardage. The 170-pound sophomore came over from Carbondale, and at Carbondale, Coach, he was their leading rusher.
You said over 600
666 yards and 7 touchdowns last year as a freshman for the Chargers.
Well, that was a heck of a hit that was put on by number 77, Nick Brown, and 68, Dajir Weeks. They came right down, scraped down the line of scrimmage. And they said, welcome to Scranton High School.
Yeah. Weeks coming in with 14 total tackles, 4 total tackles for a loss. He's the leader of that defense, number 68, the senior.
Scranton calls timeout.
And with that, 1:50 left. We'll take inside the Blaise Alexander red zone. Once again for Scranton Prep, up 23-0. Dickey in motion. Paris fakes it to him. Good job by Scranton not reading that. And looks like 77 to coach in there again, and 15.
Yeah, and 55. Patrick Whelan, the middle linebacker, 5'11", 210-pound senior. Nice job. But look at that. 68, I keep saying Dajir Weeks. He just took on the block right there, knocked everything back up inside to his help. Nice job by the Knights defensively.
Paris going to go to the air late in this first half, directing traffic. Finds Brady Holmes. Holmes makes a move. Trying to get that speed to the outside. Another move, and That touchdown will count. That is a North American Warhorse touchdown for Brady Holmes, and it's apropos because he took one back, and there was a hold on it.
He was not going to be denied a touchdown this evening. And what I liked was how Lewis Parrish is directing traffic. He's rolling to his right. Watch him stop. He's like, go to your left. You saw him with the thumb. Again, tough catch. He had to reach back for that. And nice moves right there. Stop, stutter, go. And he just turns a Jets on in there for a touchdown.
Senior to senior with the touchdown. Bianchi in for another extra point, and the drought continues for the Scranton Knights. They have not scored against this prep team. Kick is up and good. So that makes the score 30-0. Let's see what's coming up at the half in the Toyota halftime report. And we'll have a quick update from the Fox 56 News folks. It's the North American Warhorse check presentation to Scranton School District. Some first half highlights, and there are some.
There's some.
And we'll have our national highlights, which I think we may have made.
All right.
So that's coming up in the Toyota halftime report. 53 seconds left here. Bob Ide, Jan Cechek. We knew this game could go either way. When you look at this on the schedule, you're like, we know what happened last year. You know, what's prep good Scranton come in? Scranton comes in 4-0. We'll take a look at the touchdown again, Coach.
This is a great job. Look, you see right there. I love the end zone shot. Thank you, our camera people out there. I'm not sure who's out there. If that's Jake, I'm not sure, or Rowan. But great job with that. You saw he pointed, and he just cuts it in. Nice job.
And Scranton coming in 4-0, looks good, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But you don't know what's going to happen. And unfortunately now, it looks like their starting quarterback is out of the game. And we hope Brody's okay. It looks like he has some ice on the back of his neck. So I'm going to say he's doubtful to return. And right after that opening kick, it kind of went downhill from there. But Scranton, like I said, got the coin toss, had an opportunity, and just like that, everything goes the wrong way.
It did. It really went backwards for them. And, Coach Chambers at halftime, he's just going to have to tell the guys, look, let's just play at 0-0 at this point. Let's just go out and play a better half of football. We just have to keep getting the first downs. That's all that he's going to have to do.
Little squib kick right down the middle of the field. Memphis Shottle picks it up, and Jack Doughton makes the tackle on special teams at about the 12.
Again, this is squib kicks. I guess this was what Coach wants to do because it's just putting pressure, and it also allows his coverage team to get down there. And you saw there.
families to help schools and students get the most out of their high school years. North American Warhorse is proud to join MyTV to provide each host team with a charitable donation.
Scranton High School Principal John Coyle accepting our North American Warhorse check of donation of $250 from Friday Night Rivals and WQMY, along with North American Warhorse before the game. Back inside the booth here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, Bob and Jan enjoying a game that we thought could go either way, and it's gone the opposite way Scranton wanted to. 30-0 Scranton Prep, and it started right from the opening kick.
I mean, they went with the squib kick, and he lost possession, and Scranton Prep made no qualms about it. We're going to go down 3 plays later. I mean, a minute and a half off the clock, I believe, and a touchdown. And we'll see the highlight, Will McPartland going in for the stand-up touchdown. I mean, and then it's just been all downhill for Scranton Prep, all uphill for the Knights.
Yeah, absolutely. Prep had 2 easy possessions, 2 short fields. Then when they had the long field, they got it down. And the Knights finally got a first down really late in that first quarter. And then Brody Coyle got hurt.
And then, here comes your quarterback coming off, and it was a 4th down, and they went for the long ball, and it bounced off the defender's helmet. I mean, that's just timing and just coming in, trying to do a little bit too much. I mean, like I said, conservatively, I would have gotten the first down. Get them into some flow, get them into a rhythm. But, Coach Chambers knows his players way better than I do, and they've got another half to come out and say, you know what? Our first goal is we're going to get some first downs, and we're going to try to score because they haven't done it now going on 6 quarters.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at some first half highlights if we can. After that kickoff that was fumbled by Scranton, McPartland gets the first touchdown, and then Paris the second.
Right, with the tush push in there, with some assistance from number 25 in there. Great job. Again, Prep just coming in, and they go with the fake toss, and watch how he just runs the ball. He just loves the contact, the collision. Get off me! I'm going in, and now they're up. It's 21-0, and that's due to the Bianchi with his extra points. Now watch how he's directing traffic here. Now he gives them the left thumb, go back, throws the ball a little bit behind him, and watch how on this one Brady Holmes does just a nice job sprinting into the end zone.
So Paris, 3 of 6 on the night so far, 45 yards, 1 touchdown through the air, 1 on the ground. Paris, 6 carries, 60 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. McPartland, 9 carries, 55 yards and a touchdown. Brady Holmes, 2 catches, 27 yards. Team totals for Scranton Prep, 28 plays, 209 total yards, and 12 first downs. And, of course, they get the ball to begin the third quarter. 30-0 is the score. Some highlights here that are okay. But I don't know how they're going to rank on the national level, though, Jan. But last week, we definitely had one in the national highlights. So let's roll those as we go to break.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Here comes the pressure. Going to go deep into the end zone. It's a flip, and it's
wow.
Blocked. What a great catch from Shane Bauer, the 6'2 senior.
14-point lead for the visitors. The handoff again to Porsche. Porsche turns on the corner. He's got it to the 20. Shakes and bakes, slides away from 2-3 tacklers. Gets a couple of blockers in front of him at the 10, the 5, touchdown.
Here comes pressure hit as he was about to throw the football. The ball is free. Gurley on the hit and taking it back to the house.
Going to try to go. Does he have some room? Wow. This time he's hit, loses his helmet, and just like that gets stopped.
Game clock. Gustin looking to the end zone. He's got a man. It's Haymaker. And he pulls down the catch for a Viking touchdown. Yeah. Jack Haymaker. That's a Viking touchdown presented by Donato's.
Great.
The Scranton High School behind us, the new turf here at Veterans Memorial Stadium as we get set for the second half of action here on MyTV WQMY. We have time to check out some district standings. Coach, hard to believe, but we're already in week number 5. Things are starting to shake out, and this will be a very tight race in 3A. Western Wayne winning, Mid-Valley tied. Prep, we know what they are. Wyoming area winning. Carbondale might go to 4-1.
Yes.
This is an 8-team playoff this year, a 4-team playoff next year. I can explain that later. But this is, it's a jumbling. I think we got the first 4 or 5 teams that we'll see in the playoffs.
We will. And then Berwick is on their way to their first victory over Hanover. I'm not sure what the Lehman score is at this point, but you can see Western Wayne, Mid-Valley are rising to the top. We know how good Scranton Prep is. Watching them in person, they really are starting to execute and doing some things really well. They're putting teams on notice. And Carbondale having a great year. Congrats to them. And we can actually start talking about playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it was at the beginning of the year we were always, looking into the crystal ball, who, and now we know it's starting to take shape.
Mid-Valley's now losing to Lackawanna Trail 14-7 in the third quarter. Scranton comes in the 6A this year, and a tight race with Wilkes-Barre and Williamsport having themselves a real nice year. Winning tonight could go to 5-0. Scranton right now would drop. Wilkes-Barre's winning. Hazleton is winning or losing? I'll check the score.
They're winning.
Yep. So, again, that's a tight race, but I believe they go in with the District 11 teams as well.
They do. And Williamsport, I'm trying to remember Coach's name. I met him at the Coach's Clinic last year. It's his second year back, so he's doing a nice job taking over for Chuck Cruz. Coach Chumbers, got off to a great start. And, again, he came into a buzzsaw right now, and his schedule doesn't get any easier. Hazleton, they've gone through a lot of transition. He had a lot of seniors last year, the last 2 years that he had upperclassmen. Now he's playing all the younger classmen, getting that experience. And Wilkes-Barre, they have the athletes. We saw them. We did the Strasburg game with them, and you could see how good they could be. So, he's hit a rough patch, and Coach Cinty's a great guy. His staff does a wonderful job. Don't count them out.
Don't count them out as well. Let's take a look at our Friday Night Rivals top 10, see how teams are faring in and around the area. You can watch it every Tuesday. We announce it on the Fox 56 News first at 10. Danville winning, Prep winning, Troy winning, Riverside 1, Western Wayne winning, Scranton losing, Tamaqua winning, Mount Carmel winning by 7 now from Montoursville.
Yes. Shamokin smoking.
And Shamokin and Jersey Shore both winning, but how about Shamokin in the first half? What is it, 63-0?
63-0.
Over Central Mountain?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, that's just, you tell your kids to play hard. You're not going to tell them to stop, but, Coach is he's playing all his kids. I don't think all season, I don't think they've had a full 4-quarter game yet. So their kids are getting tons of experience.
Absolutely. Congratulations to the Indians on a super year. First week in the top 10. Jersey Shore just hanging on, but Scranton may drop out. We'll have to see who comes back in. And how about the score last night? Minersville and Schuylkill Haven, I believe, is 72-52. That's right, folks. 72 points for Schuylkill Haven in a game down in Schuylkill County against Minersville. An unbelievable game.
And again, Coach Tony, my son's next-door neighbor on Edge Trail Drive, he's the defensive coordinator for Schuylkill Haven. I'm sure he was, fit to be tied, giving up 52 points, but they scored 72. So, I mean, that's just crazy.
That was a crazy Thursday night game in Schuylkill County last night. Valley View beating Honesdale 28-7 now. And we'll see Honesdale Western Wayne next week up at the Hornets' Nest. See that new turf stadium. It is the Battle of Wayne County. So that should be interesting up there. We mentioned Williamsport they're beating Selinsgrove 10-7 to remain undefeated.
And Hazleton's beating Wyoming Valley West 14-0.
So things tightening up now as we'll head into the second half of the regular season for these area teams. And it doesn't get any easier for area teams. As we talked about, Prep has to play Wallen-Paulpack. They'll host them next week. And Scranton, they have to take on Valley View right here. And the stadium. We know what Valley View can do with the run, and we'll see if Scranton can get back into it.
Speaking of Valley View, we did the game last week, and talking with Coach Wasilchek, he said he is a senior-laden team, and he really wants them to start taking some leadership and ownership, and we started to see that late in the game last week, and they're starting to believe in themselves. They're starting to understand what Coach wants them to do and how to be successful, and they're going to be on a tear now, so watch out for Valley View.
Tristan Smith, who was injured on one of those kickoffs early in the first quarter, number 21 for Scranton, is out of the game. We saw him limping into the locker room at halftime, so we hope he's okay. I don't know if we'll expect to see Brody Coyle back. Not going to speculate at this point till we see who's out there. And we'll have to see what the Scranton Knights have to do. First things first, you got to stop Scranton on this kickoff, Scranton Prep, and you have to get the ball, right?
They do, and if they don't stop Scranton Prep on this drive, the mercy rule is going to go into effect. So the only time the clock will stop is on a touchdown. No, they go onside.
Well, how about that? An onside kick, maybe a face mask.
Didn't see it.
And they're still carrying.
Rugby game.
I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to say I think that's Andrew Dempsey. It is who carried it in. He's the middle linebacker with good hands. A flag comes in, but he carried like 5 guys.
Andrew Dempsey, 5'10", 205-pounder, did a tremendous job on that onside kick. Got the ball. Most of the time, you tell them just drop. Don't try to do a return. But he said, "No, Coach, I'm going to show you I can run the ball."
Well, he also does play fullback a little bit, so obviously he was up there for a reason, and Scranton tried to go for the onside kick. Why not?
And we don't. During the return, personal foul, face mask, kicking team, 15 yards from the end of the return, first down Prep.
Okay, so that sets up Prep with another short field, and here we'll look at this kickoff again. Nice hands by Demps.
Right in there.
Yep. That was number 7.
Yeah, the
Reese Spindler. Yeah, we called his name. The 6'4" senior. He's trying to make a tackle.
And he got those long levers out there for his arms and, trying to make something happen. Again, it wasn't malicious. It was just part of what happens.
So Lewis Paris into the game, hands off to McPartland. Starter still in there for Prep right now. I'm sure on this drive alone, and want to get it over that 35-yard, 35 score points,
yes.
The point plateau, excuse me.
And you'll see right there, just RPO, and he cuts it right back up inside. You see the offensive line, nice surge, pushing the defensive line around. And I talked to Coach Chumbers before the game, and he said one of the concerns he did have about the Prep game was that his kids really haven't played 4 quarters, his starters. So now we'll see what kind of condition they're in.
Lewis Paris about a yard short of the line to gain for a first down.
On the RPO, he decides to keep it. Nice job with the flash fake in there.
Delaware Valley now up 28-7 over Wallenpaupack. Wallenpaupack 3-1 coming in, so Delaware Valley looking for their first victory. McPartland with some blockers out in front. Will McPartland up inside the 5-yard line has a 9 and GMC first down. And it'll be first and goal, Scranton Prep.
That was Reese Whitman on the tackle right there, number 20. Again, they go with the Wildcat with him. And look, number 75 just looking for work down there. Ambrose Rossi doing a nice job, lead blocking, but somebody got called for a hold.
Yep. So Chris Bonifati, our referee here tonight, with the call. So brings it officially back to the 31-yard line. Third down coming up now. So I'm sure Terry Gallagher would love to clean up that stuff. You don't.
Right there, number 24. I think Trayvon Dickey would be the one that got called for the hold. He had a nice grasp on the shoulder pad.
Back to McPartland up the middle. Be about a yard short of the line to gain. And making sure big Digier Weeks gets up, the 6'3" senior. He got up a little slowly for Scranton. Their starting defensive tackle. So 4th down and 1. Prep will go for it.
Oh, absolutely. Again, RPO in here. I don't think we're going to see a pass to Saquon Barkley.
No. Wow, that's
sorry
that's
about that.
Rough.
That is rough. And I'm an Eagles fan, but that just killed me that night.
I did. No, that'll be Lewis Paris. And Paris can't get tackled, can't even be taken down. No flags on this. No, we do have a flag. We're not going to call big plays yet because there's a lot of holding going on, and it will be against Prep. This one's coming back.
And that was Haven Sims that was on the stop there to save that. Looking at Coach.
Runner, offense number 25, 5 yards from the previous spot, replay 4th down.
Explain the rule. Because people are home you can see it in the NFL, but you can't do it.
You can't do it here. You can't bait or what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah. You can't really help out. You see how he just grasped him in there? That's what they're talking about. If he was pushing, that's one thing. But the way he came in and he clasped down on his quarterback, that's what they called. And you saw the preview. I saw Coach Gallagher like roll his eyes, like come on. But that's a good call.
So now it's 4th and 6. We will see a pass. They're going to go back to the other side. Screen pass to the far side, and that's the backup tight end, Sean McCormick, who rumbles all the way down to the 6, and there are no flags on this one. So that is an Einan GMC 1st down. The chains are moving down, 1st and goal for Prep.
Great job. He rolls to his right with the throwback screen. Look at the way the offensive line was disciplined. They stayed behind the line of scrimmage. They're downfield. Again, number 75, Ambrose Rossi, doing a nice job clearing that alley up for the 1st down.
I misspoke. McCormick is the starting tight end. That is his first catch of the season. 6'1", 205 listed. He's a junior, but he's bigger than that. And off the Wildcat, McPartland to the goal line. It's taken back 1 yard short.
I love Will McPartland's demeanor here. Gets it on the Wildcat, comes in, and he just gets hit by 3 Scranton Knights, and he gets up like it was no big deal. Like, okay, yep, that's part of the game.
McPartland this year, 15 carries against Valley View to open the season, 122 yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's a great opening game.
That's a pretty good opening. 33-0 win over Valley View, and I think that set the tone for the season. You have some new guys in there, and it is a North American Warhorse touchdown. The fullback, Reese Tanner, picks up his 2nd touchdown of the season from a yard out.
Here's the replay. They go with the fake toss. Again, the quarterback exaggerates the ball up, pulls it back down. Fullback just comes right up inside for the fullback trap.
Reese Tanner's 2nd touchdown of the season for the senior. Tyler B. same thing as a year ago, Coach. 34-0 was the score. Things didn't go right for the Knights. And here, same thing, right off the opening kick as the moon comes up. And not full yet, but Scranton might think it is.
This is just a tough situation to be in right now for the Scranton Knights. I said earlier, all they have to do is just string together, get a first down, and then, right now.
Right?
Yes.
And come back and face a
kick out of bounds, kicking team, 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, first down Scranton on the 37.
And it won't get any easier, as we said. Valley View, Walpaupack, everyone's playing well. This Division I of the Lackawanna Football Conference may be one of the best in the state, top to bottom, as we look at the moon.
And the thing is,
moon.
And the thing is, Scranton, it's the 2-year cycle. Would Coach Chambers love to try to move some of those games around? Yes, but again, the scheduling, it's really difficult. You can't just say, hey, let me put Scranton Prep first, get it over with, then give me like an easier opponent. That's just not how it works.
Whistle down on the field. Scranton Prep will take a timeout. Let's see. Scranton Prep will take a timeout. Will remain on the field for most of this quarter.
Tomorrow is another all-day college football Saturday on Fox. Game 1 kicking off is at noon with the Marshall Thundering Herd taking on the number 3 Ohio State Buckeyes. Then the Utes of Utah battle Oklahoma State. At 8 o'clock, it's the Baylor Bears facing off against the Colorado Buffaloes. Get your fill of college football all day tomorrow, only on Fox 56.
So Scranton's numbers, as you might expect from the first half, Coach, not the best overall.
No, they 20 plays, 54 yards. Whitman, 20 plays, 54 yards. Whitman had 4 carries for 29. Coyle was 5 for 30 yards. I mean, and then if you look at Scranton Preps, they almost averaged 10 yards every down or every play.
Yeah, as you might expect if you've been watching this game from the beginning, it's been all Scranton Prep here. And some movement up front, another whistle. Well, that stops the clock.
Offense number 68, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And that's not what Coach Chambers wants to do, is have the mental errors like that where kids are jumping off sides. But again, you do have a new quarterback in there, new cadence, different rhythm.
So middle linebacker, looks like Caleb Pagnotti, number 50, a junior, will be alongside Reese Tanner. Andrew Dempsey, who converted that second half opening kick on the onside kick, is not going to start here, and it looks like that is Pagnotti. So Pagnotti makes his presence known on the first play for the Knights here in the third quarter. And we have a face mask. Another flag. It's like it's Shadow shaken up. Reese Whitman, 20.
There's a flag on the play.
Foul, face mask, defense number 77, 15-yard penalty, results in a first down.
Anthony Del Los Santos is the guilty party. Right. Well, I think they got the numbers wrong. That was number 50, Pagnotti, the entire time. Again, good call. We're got the player's safety is first and foremost, and you saw his head jerk down, and that's what, when Whitman got up, he was a little frustrated because he didn't see the flag that was thrown.
So they'll move the ball to the 47-yard line, stay on the Knights side of the field. Again, the backup quarterback is in. That is Connor Thomas. Hands it up the middle. Nice hole. Good hole for Whitman. And he powers up for an Einen GMC first down right up the middle.
Nice job by the offensive line getting in there. And that's the kind of play that Scranton needs right now. Just to keep building a little quick trap up inside. Nice job, Whitman. Good ball security in there. gang tackling, number 12, McPartland. We know, how good he is. And what Coach said about him at the beginning of the game, that he's a bruiser on both sides of the ball.
Jack Dowling also in there. He's the leading tackler on this team. 39 total tackles coming in for the senior. 4 for a loss and an interception, number 43. As I mentioned in the beginning, he's a converted safety, moving to linebacker this year. So the inside draw. Shotto ripped down by McPartland. About a 4-yard gain.
And Andrew Dempsey in there helping out, too, for the Cavaliers. See number 9 trying to get in there, chip blocks, and number 40 just, really active with his hands and feet and wants to get part of that tackle.
We have an injured Scranton player. I think that is Shotto. Yeah, you saw the tackle by Will McPartland.
And I think it was just a cramp that's going on. That's what Coach was worried about because it was a little warm to start the game. It's cooled off. But his kids now, this is the first time they've had to go 4 quarters.
Well, Prep won 4 quarters last week in the heat up at Del Val. And they, as you mentioned, came out up on top 28-25. Let's take a look at some district standings now while we can. How about 4A? Again, this will be a 4-team race this year. The defending runner-up in the state, Dallas, winning tonight, but starting the season 0-3, finally got a win. But, while Paul Pack's losing value, this is open. Open top to bottom, right?
It is. And right now, Crestwood's got on their second win right now. Mm-hmm. They're on the road. Dallas is on to their second win. Honesdale started strong. They're starting to tail slide a little bit. North Pocono is strong. They're losing tonight. Valley View, we saw last week, and Wallen-Paulpack is losing. So wide open for those 4 spots. It's crazy how competitive that division is.
Absolutely. We could get 4 teams that are around the 500 mark, all 4 of them.
Yes. And they've been battling some really good teams. Mm-hmm. It's not like they're losing to, real easy schools.
So Thomas steps back and throws it downfield. Looks like Tay Weeks pulls it in for a Iron GMC first down at the 15-yard line.
And Brady Holmes does a nice job as a cornerback, and he had his head around. He saw where the ball was underthrown, and he came back for it. Good job. Way to go, Connor Thomas.
19-yard gain. So the junior QB in there, Brody Coyle shaken up in that first half, not returning. Hope he's okay. Thomas, a junior. Going to set up a middle screen and is intercepted. No, almost picked off. That looked like Ambrose Rossi, the 6'7" senior, almost picked off the Thomas pass. Look.
I think he's just in shock that he did a great job, great position, stopped his feet.
He started running first. He doesn't know how to catch the ball. Ambrose, catch the ball first, and then you run, right?
Well, that's a tough part, being a defensive end like that, or a defensive tackle in their scheme. He's just like, oh, my gosh. Oh, unfortunately, I know his teammates are going to be teasing him a little bit. But
he looked upfield. He turned his head, thought he had it. That's one of those in the backyard. Remember, you catch it and then you're running before you got it? You can do it in the backyard. Whitman taken down by Tanner.
Reese Tanner does a nice job from his linebacker spot, scraping over top.
Greg Scher also there.
Look at that.
Backup linebacker, number 16.
I'll tell you what, Reese Whitman, I like the way he runs. He's got some nice burst to him. He's really fluid when he is running, and he's trying to get those cuts. Except that he's tried to get that edge, and the Scranton Prep players are just coming over top very quickly.
Prep now into that nickel defense that we saw. Thomas, a little quick one to Whitman. Kroom rides him out of bounds.
Nice job. They're just going with the quick game. Again, Whitman, there's really no blocking. He outran his blockers. And again, nice job getting just positive yardage. Now, it's 4th and 6. They're going to go for it.
So the ambulance being brought out, we'll check on that in a minute. I think that might be Memphis Shadow, so we don't want to worry anyone. We're not going to. The ambulance is out as a precautionary measure, I'm sure. We'll go back to on the field. It is a 4th down, and it is going to be close to a 1st down. And I think that Tay Weeks or Salas. Tay Weeks pulls it in,
Weeks,
and he's going to be a yard short. So it's 4th and 7. He got 6. Prep takes over on downs.
But the thing is, they put together a nice drive on this. Good calls, quick passes. This is what Coach Chambers wanted to do. Coach Gallagher was worried about the pass game.
So Scranton had an opportunity. Nice opportunity, too. Got it all the way down, but again, just can't get it in against this Prep defense. And the Cavaliers right now are going to send out their starters, still up 37-0. McPartland up the middle.
Gains a little bit of breathing room for the quarterback now. Back there to give him some room if they're going to start doing any type of passing, which I doubt they will do. RPO, run pass option, and again, McPartland doing a nice job. You see the offensive line in there, 55-72 doing a nice job. Byron Axtell and Owen Dodurka in there, the junior 6'2", 235-pound senior getting to the second level, sealing off.
Prep back to the ground game. This is Anthony Prince, who powers up forward for about 3 yards. A sophomore.
Nice job with the cutback on that. Way to use his eyes to pick and choose where he wants to run.
And now Prep going to shuffle in some other players for Terry Gallagher's team. Only loss of the season was to Canisius, New York, and they were loaded with Division I players. At home at Dunmore, I should say. That's their new home field for Prep for the 2nd year in a row. Prince with a shot out of a cannon. Moves it up quickly past the 30-yard line for the sophomore. You saw the speed from Prince. And we have another Scranton Knight player shaken up.
That's just the RPO, and he just hits that edge with a full head of steam. Nice move right there to get to the outside. And that's number 20. That was Reese Whitman.
Face mask, defense number 20, 15 yards from the end of the run, 1st down.
Well, you saw that he jumped on the back, and he must have grabbed the face mask, and the officials are right there. Again, that's why they have them positioned where they do, where they can see those infractions.
So Whitman comes off. He was the injured Knight. Comes off on his own accord. As we should start the clock back up, I believe. Or we have a timeout. Timeout down on the field. Not sure if it's a team timeout or an official timeout.
I believe it's an official's, Bob, because I didn't see them point to either side.
So 5A right now, again, this is really tight as well. I mean, Abington's winning. We saw them last week. Very good team. Delaware Valley's going to get their first win tonight.
Yes.
Right now. Valley West, Pittston area is right there. That's going to be a 14 playoffs and flip a coin.
And Pittston is losing a tough battle right now to Dallas, so that would drop them to 2 and 3. Abington, Coach Repshis has a great team. They just haven't had the breaks go their way. You said Coach Olsmer is going to get his first win tonight. Coach Minetti at West Scranton, he's just going to have to keep enduring the storm. And Pittston has a new coach, DeLuca, I believe, correct, right? And he's having a nice season, getting off to a real nice start.
They were losing to Dallas, but what they're thinking. So that was the holdup. Now the Knights have to come back out and play the rest of the next quarter, and that's never easy for any team, not for anybody on the field, let alone the stand. So
I mean, you would hope your teammates are now going to hopefully play a little bit more inspired to try to do things. And you saw the Knights are starting to move the ball. They were doing things well. They just have to complete now and punch one in. And that's what Coach Chambers is talking to his team about. Look, let's get out there. Let's just keep playing ball. We still have time to go. Let's go.
Okay, let's take a look at our schedule coming up. We mentioned we will be at Honesdale next week. Western Wayne, boy, they are playing some inspired football. They know they want prep.
Yes.
But I think it's going to be tough. The way it plays out, it could be Western Wayne and Wyoming Erie playing in a semifinal and prep and another team. And then Western Wayne's already beaten Wyoming Area. This is just, prognosticating,
yes.
Of course. But Western Wayne is fired up. They want to take on prep again for that AAA title. We'll see what happens. Mount Carmel, Danville waiting for that game. Mount Carmel just beating Montoursville as last look. Danville, of course, taking care of business tonight. We'll see how that plays out. And we'll be back here, Dunmore West. Hopefully one of them has a win, but that could be a game where it could be the only win of the season for either team.
And again, Coach McHale had a senior-laden team last year at Dunmore, and he's in, I'm going to say, that rebuild. I know that's coach talk for, we're young. And West Scranton, Coach Minetti has done a great job trying to get these kids at West Scranton to understand what it takes to win. So, we're looking forward. But next week's game with Western Wayne and Honesdale, two schools in the same district, it's going to be a battle. We saw that last year when we were at Western Wayne. Now we're at Honesdale. We'll check out the new Hornets' Nest.
That we will. Valley View beating Honesdale tonight 36-14. So that's going to be a tough game for the Hornets. Collins, they have a lot of experience coming into the game. Abington Heights easily beating North Pocono. Looks like Del Val will get that win. They're in the fourth quarter. Western Wayne easily over Old Forge. And we'll take a look at our scholar athletes right now as we have a couple of moments. So on the left, we have Isabella Dennebaum. She plays basketball and softball. She's a 3.7 student at Scranton Prep. She's the National Honor Society, gold medal in American history. She's done park cleanups as well as some basketball camps. And she's a member of the NEPA elite team. Haven Sims is from Scranton High, 95 average, track and field star as well, plays football. National Honor Society. He is the senior class treasurer. He's in the political science club. He's done some volunteer work with NEPA Teen Center, a food drive, and he does plan to attend college for accounting and run track. Of course, Sims is a very good track athlete as well on this Scranton team.
Again, two wonderful kids representing their schools by saying, you know what, it's not just what works on the field, it's what's important is what's going on in the classroom. And congratulations to both of them.
The holdup is there's transferring ambulances with the young man. So there has to be an ambulance on site.
Yes.
So one has come over, and they're transferring to that. The ambulance now on the field will be the one that stays. So that's what the holdup is, so folks know. We don't know who it is, and again, we don't want to speculate. Back on the field, it's first down for Prep. Prince with a big gain. Prince down the sidelines, and Anthony Prince has gone in for his second touchdown as a Scranton Prep Cavalier. I don't see any flags. And that's brought to you by North American Warhorse, and it looks like it will 53 yards officially. Well, they couldn't get to the 35 mark last year, as we see Prince showing some great abilities here. Broke a tackle.
A tremendous job. They went with sweep left. You saw the two guards, Brian Axtell, number 52, and Anthony De Los Santos, number 77, pulling the lead block in there. Nice job in there. A 53-yard scamper for his second touchdown.
High snap. after the kickoff. Nice return up past the 36-yard line.
That gives the Knights some breathing room in there. Decent return right past the 36-yard line. I mean, this is good. This is what Coach Shumbrins wants to do. Now, what's he saying to his players? Look, let's just get in there. Let's play first downs. Scranton Prep right now looks like they've substituted a massive amount of people on the defensive side, so please bear with us.
For 16, 43-0 as we get set to begin the fourth quarter. Bob Ide, Jan Cechak, and a beautiful night for high school football. The moon was coming up. It's gone now. Maybe some clouds moving in, but, beautiful night. Been beautiful the last 5 weeks. I don't want to jinx it for week 6.
Well, and officially, Bob, I watched the weather with Mike Susko saying that this is technically the last Friday in summer.
Technically it is, right? Good crowd. The band is playing for the Knights. Got some cheerleaders for Scranton and some of the pom-pom girls up in the stands. So good to see the high school community here in Scranton as we see the play on the field.
A host of young Cavaliers coming in, trying to get their energy shown to the coaches that they can handle this and take on some responsibility and get some playing time.
Absolutely. I did see Jordan Tallarico, number 55, in there. And there are other white jerseys as well, so didn't get all the numbers. Thomas, a little quick out, and that is dropped by number 6, Dion Ang, a junior, kind of ran before he caught the ball.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of that. They're nervous too because we got some newer kids coming in on both sides of the ball trying to make something happen. They've just got to settle down and just play football.
Also some new Knights out there as well. I see a bunch of the starters on the sideline. So a couple of the boys up front, a little bit different. As we also see a bunch of the Knights. Inside handoff going nowhere, and looked like number 82 for Scranton, Ricky Dewey, a tight end, a sophomore, recovers the fumble.
And this is what ends up happening in there. It was just a miscue. You got new guys in there. They're not used to the timing of it. Frustration on everyone's part on the Scranton Knights now. They just have to regroup. They just got to relax. Again, the game is well out of hand at this point, but just play. That's all the coach wants them to do. Try to execute, try to get a first down.
New quarterback coming in, looks like Robert Max McGrath, the sophomore. Going to come in to quarterback the Cavaliers right now. We have a whistle down on the field. Illegal motion will be the call. Surprised the clock stopped. Does it stop on a penalty even in the? He's rolling right now.
I was going to say, once they have the ball set, it should be rolling.
So McGrath's going to go back into the shotgun. Try the same play. Little jet sweep. Noah Kreswiak, another sophomore.
And Peter McIntosh, number 19 on the stop right there. Senior, doing a nice job.
Second down on the way as the time ticks under 10 minutes here. Handoff goes to number 3, Sal Talarico, junior, and nice tackle. I didn't get a number.
I was trying to get the number myself on that. 53, I believe.
Yep.
And that is Max D'Angelo, a senior, 6 foot, 185-pounder. Doing a nice job. Dropped him for a short loss.
Brings up 3rd and long now on the Cavaliers side of the field as time will wind down now. Nice job by Kreswiak to shed some tackles on that run. Brings up it is a 9 in GMC first down, I believe, a 16-yard gain. They needed 14. And he's going to be right at the line of the game.
That was the tackle made by Brandon Dempsey, a junior, 6'1", 160 pounds, right there. And then a host of black tacklers coming in there to help out.
Farmer, the freshman, with some nice moves, cuts it inside and has more than enough for a 9 in GMC first down. That is the future of Scranton Prep. Brandon Farmer, a 6-foot freshman, very talented freshman, gets a first carry of the season.
Nice shake and bake move in there, and he just keeps the legs churning, and he gains nice 12 yards on that. Good for him. Freshman getting a chance to run the rock here for the Cavaliers.
Another 7 to play. Prep on the move with the second team in. Talarico up through the right side for a short gain.
Nice job with the RPO. Look at that. I loved seeing number 24 for the Knights coming up in there. 25. Giovanni Garcia right there, the junior quarterback, did a nice job. He saw that the play was coming to him, and he closed the gap down quick.
Well, Selinsgrove has taken a 1-point lead in the fourth quarter over Williamsport. So the undefeated Millionaires losing by a point. Trail has now taken a 26-14 lead over Mid-Valley. So Mid-Valley coming in undefeated. While Paul Pack losing 31-7. So looks like Del Valle will pick up that first win of the year. Abington has beaten Abington has beaten North Pocono 21-3. That's a final. Quick game up in Moscow. This is Farmer again. Gets the corner. Farmer plows through and up to the 13. Another Einan GMC first down. They are in the Blaise Alexander red zone, are the Cavaliers of Scranton Prep.
We've got to see. You see number 50 and number 64 doing a nice job with their pin and pulls on their pulling plays, trying to get to the outside. Nice job running the ball.
Mount Carmel has surged ahead of Montoursville now, 41-17. That's a final, in fact. Danville has won 49-0. So McGrath, the quarterback, hands it inside again, and there's a host of Knights. Good luck, Coach, trying to find all those guys.
24-53. 24, they don't even have on the roster. 53, we know, is Max D'Angelo.
'24 is Anthony Antonell. Remember, we got his change,
Antonell,
right? Yeah.
That's right. There were a few changes Coach made last minute on us.
So another sweep play for the Cavaliers. Let's see.
Nice job right out there. Gets a tuck. Look at that ball security. Good job. Just he's trying to reach out, try to grab every inch, every yard he possibly can to help out the Cavaliers. Keep this drive alive, more importantly, so they can keep playing.
So third down inside the 10 now for Scranton Prep. Time continues to tick here. Inside handoff, and the defense is there again.
Max D'Angelo doing a nice job from his linebacker position, firing inside, shutting that down.
Gabriel Borges, a sophomore, on the carry there. So a bunch of players coming in.
And number 52, Noah Beadle, a senior, 6', 262. He plays defensive tackle, doing a nice job clogging that up on the inside, forcing them to the outside.
The Prep coach is getting a lot of players into this game. Packy James now next to McGrath, a sophomore. And they fake it to him. McGrath wants to carry it, but he can't get back to the line of scrimmage. And on fourth down, Scranton holds and will take over on down. So the clock will stop momentarily and then pick back up.
That RPO in there and a good, nice job in there. Again, by D'Angelo and being helped out by number 10. That's Matt Carter's, a senior, doing a nice job from his linebacker position.
$43-0 to score. Jan's going to go down and do our post-game wrap with our players of the game. That will be Will McPartland and Lewis Paris, the dynamic duo tonight, doing damage. Paris through the air with his feet as well, and McPartland a couple touchdowns. Brady Holmes also added a score, as did Reese Tanner for the 43 points. Good job. Good tackle by number 44, Dom Salvo, for Scranton Prep. And Chris Manning, a sophomore, getting the brunt of that at quarterback. So some of the JVs in now for both teams. Congratulations to Delaware Valley. They pick up their first win of the season. 31-14 is the final over Wallenpaul Pack. Now, Prep will take on them next week. Trail does beat Mid-Valley 26-14. Valley View wins over Honesdale 36-20. Western Wayne, another big win. So that sets up the matchup of Wayne County next week as we're under a minute here to play. Abington Heights 21-3 over North Pocono. This should be the last play of the game. It is. The defense is there for the Cavaliers. And what was started with high expectations for the Scranton Knights will end in a 43-0 loss, their first loss of the season, as both teams now go to 4-1 on the year. So that's the final score here from Veterans Memorial Stadium in downtown Scranton. Scranton, with a lot of injuries tonight, we wish all those players well. Halfway through the season, it's tough to pick up those injuries to key players. So a big night for Lewis Parrish, McPartland in there as well, Reese Tanner, Brady Holmes, all with touchdowns for Terry Gallagher's team, who picks up career win number 87, and it's the most in Prep history. For the defending District 2 3A champions, who have Wallenpaul Pack at home next weekend. So they need a lot of the passing game coming in. They only threw 8 yards against Valley View. I'm not sure they had they had more yardage than that through the air tonight with a couple big plays for them. So trying to mix it up are the Cavaliers on offense and defense. As Jan has our players of the game down on the field, Lewis Parrish, Will McPartland. He'll give over our Friday Night Rivals plaque again to the Scranton Prep Cavaliers. Let's go down to Jan now. As he's chatting it up and we get his attention, let's go down to Jan now on the field. Jan?
All right, here we are with our players of the game, Will McPartland and Lewis Parrish. Guys, congratulations on your win. Your first touchdown today was a stand-up touchdown. Things started going really quick for you guys. How did it feel?
Yeah, it was really a good morale boost. Our line, they blocked perfectly for me. I just kind of hit it and got in there.
Will, Lewis, I was watching you direct traffic on the one touchdown. They were giving them left there. What was going through your head?
Yeah, I saw a hole in the defense there. They took away Trayvon, and then Brady Holmes made a great play out of it.
You guys really looked really well. I liked your fakes that you were doing. How much time do you guys spend in practice going through your progressions, your reads, your fakes, everything?
Yeah, no, that's all we work on. Offensive day, we go on individual, and we really just, we work detail. We try and be perfect, and, we just work on it every week. Yeah, Coach Bill does a great job every week scheming this up. We have a couple guys that could do a bunch of different things. So, we do a great job in practice, and, it's got to be perfect for Coach Bill. But, come out here and, we played well, so it pays off.
Now, you guys are playing both sides of the ball. How are your bodies feeling? Were you tired?
Yeah, you're always tired after a game playing both sides, but, you just got to push through for your teammates, and, it paid off today. Yeah, I never really played both sides of the ball until this year, but I enjoy it, and we had a couple of physical football games early in the year, and I think that's really set us up for these next couple of games. So we'll see what happens.
Lewis, you were playing DN, and you got a chance to hit the quarterback. How did that feel?
Yeah, it felt good. I hope Coyle's all right. He's a great kid. Yeah. I didn't mean to hurt him on that one, but it was nice to hit the quarterback for once instead of get hit.
Guys, here we go. Scranton Prep, congratulations. Will McPartland, Lewis Parrish, congratulations, guys. Good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Bob, back to you up in the booth.
I am in the booth. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Jan, for running down and doing those interviews. Congratulations to the Scranton Prep Cavaliers on the 43-0 win. Next week, a reminder, we'll be up in Wayne County, up at Hornets Stadium, as Western Wayne will take on Honesdale in a big Lackawanna Football Conference Division II matchup. Western Wayne with a big win tonight. Honesdale, unfortunately, suffering their another loss, third one on the season. Hopefully they can rebound against their rivals. Our crew will be up there next week, and we'll be on the air for Friday Night Rivals next Friday at 7 p.m. right here on MyTV WQMY.
Watching North American Warhorse Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships on MyTV WQMY.